a big old Mr. Destructoid. If I start seeing those in chat.
Oh, I do see
okay,
it in chat.
I'm seeing Mr. Destructoids in chat.
Is it me?
Not, I don't know. It could be you, could be me, could be any number of things. Could be that Corona internet coming through. Or
My internet was. I didn't put a mask on my router. Sorry about that.
That's true. That's true. Ethan and noeL coming in against Boomie and Sandstorm over here on Shipwreck. Character picks exactly what you would think. Exactly what we saw earlier.
Oh, nice
the ground
punish
pound
from
from
Boomie.
Ethan into a dare and the weapon toss. Boomie coming in another ground pound. Tries to go for the dare against the wall, expecting noeL to be a little bit higher up. Man, if you would have been playing Petra, if you'd had the orb, that would have been a perfect bounce angle.
Even so, the bow down air able to reach out those ground pounds, so incredibly effective. Again, a down air launches noeL. Ethan trying to put the pressure out, but Boomie connects with the side air. The blue team, you saw them actually fade towards each other on the off chance one of them could help the other, but they both get taken out. And the red team, Boomie barely even hurt.
Yeah, Boomie has started this off really strong, putting both members of the blue team in very dire edgeguard situations.
Yeah, his offstage bow has been just absolutely amazing. Oh,
it's like giving me vibes of LDZ's bow.
That's literally what I was thinking.
Back in the day.
Yeah, like OG Zico bow. Boomie with a chase dodge down for the weapon toss, but didn't get the connection that he was expecting, and unfortunately is going to fall for that one. Stock count suddenly evened up.
noeL not quite placing the down signature where it needed to go to get that big signature damage dump on the end of that 2v1 team combo, but they did get the beginning of it. And it seems like noeL and Ethan are definitely tightening things up now. Oh, man!
Was Boomie the bait for that trap?
I can't believe that's so beautiful.
Was Boomie the bait for that trap? He just stood inside his teammate's signature, and them trying to punish Boomie led to getting knocked out by the down sig from Sandstorm.
That's going to easily make the highlight reel. That's probably top 10 coolest things I've ever seen in this game.
But blue team able to hold on, able to refresh the stocks, and now everybody down to their final stocks.
Be able to get over to the bow.
The synchronization
nice
coming up for the blue team.
You like dare, man. Ethan is finding a lot of hits on the Boomie. Dead even game so far, but Sandstorm might be able to turn around with that one side air.
It's all left to Ethan now in the 1v2. Doesn't even have the health advantage.
Side air, there's the weapon toss. Both of them going above Ethan. He wasn't high enough to touch that little tiny side wall. He was like right on that corner. Man. A lot of cool stuff happened in that game.
We're going right on in to game number 2 on Shipwreck. Boomie and Sandstorm versus Ethan and noeL. And like you're saying, that was interesting game 1. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen for the rest of the set, and I already am recommending people go rewatch this set because of all the neat stuff that happened.
See Sandstorm turning around from that string that he started. noeL and Ethan not getting stuck on the edge at the beginning of this game like they did on the last one. And Boomie is starting out with the hammer compared to the bow he had last time. Picking up his hammer. Boomie actually taking a tremendous amount of damage this game so far. Little 2v1 there on a Sandstorm.
Side sig connects. Red team is behind. noeL trying to follow up for Ethan. Gets the down air. Sandstorm's in trouble. Boomie doesn't even want to go low enough to try to help him. And now it's a 2v1 opportunity. Ethan goes for the side signature, but Boomie a little bit above it.
Yeah, noeL and Ethan definitely tightened up so much. Again, you see Boomie almost in the red on his second stock. noeL sitting pretty. Ethan a little bit damaged, but not too worse for wear. Ooh, the bottom side of that recovery almost hit noeL. That would have sent him straight down. Probably would have led to the stock. Ethan's going to fall.
Nice big down air coming out from Sandstorm. That's going to be the stock off of noeL. Stock count evened up, but Boomie's been getting caught out by the swords of this blue team.
Nice punish. Ethan rotating over after Boomie got the hit.
Nice.
Oh, the spot dodge to get through the hitbox that came out, and then the ground pound follow-up from noeL.
Neutral signature Boomie. He's on his final stock, but he's not playing timid at all. He's still trying to go in. Nice down air. Nice reversal towards Ethan.
That's like the classic, one of the classic bow edge guards. Sidelight and then the quick dare. The other one being like the side air to bounce off the wall and then the dare to knock him out.
Or a ground pound after one of those. Uh-oh. Recovery got stuffed. Goes for the neutral signature. noeL's ready for it. Saying, I've played against a few Thors. I know exactly how this works.
Sandstorm into the 1v2. Ethan fresh on the stock. The 2v1 coming out. Just a little bit of damage. Not the straight 0 to death, but there's the D-Sig from noeL. Sandstorm without a weapon. He doesn't have anything to throw. Any hitboxes to put out that have any range.
You see noeL slowly walking forward for the neutral signature. Sandstorm just jumping around. Trying to find a landing pad so he can pick up a weapon. Does pick up the axe. Nice side air. Gets the ground pound. Can he do this 1v1 against Ethan? Ethan with a huge health advantage.
You see Ethan spacing, man. He's trying to social distance.
Like, sir, please stand back.
D-Light dare. Try to follow up.
Ethan
Getting
finally
just
picks
over
up a
that
weapon
weapon
spawn.
toss.
Neutral light. Gonna toss a weapon forward for the pressure.
Ooh, the down signature gets dodged through by Sandstorm. The neutral light. That sent him off screen.
Down air will do it.
Done.
Ethan and noeL take game number 2. The turnaround from this team. I want to know what they said to each other, because it wasn't even like they paused between matches. It was really like, all right, just go next. We already know what to do.
It had to be something major that they turned around in that short period of time, because you see Boomie, who started off the game before doing so well. That game he was limited to 347 damage.
He just could not find any footing. Like, the blue team was constantly putting pressure on him and took him out so incredibly quick. We're going right on into the next one. We saw the Shipwreck get banned out immediately. That's something very different between these two teams, is like Boomie and Sandstorm, if they lose on a map, they're like, all right, y'all won that map. Congrats. We're not going to play that map anymore. Versus like noeL and Ethan, it's like if they lose on a map, they want to go right back to that map.
Yep. And we've seen noeL do that, especially.
Yeah.
Kind of more than any other player. Also in 1v1, that it's like been to his detriment sometimes.
Yeah. It's almost to a fault, but we do see Boomie definitely having a very different game number 3. He's not getting caught out the way that he was in game number 2.
We also see this stage as kind of like, this is a shade of Shipwreck. The walls about the same, lighter. It's a lighter shade.
But yeah, there is some similarities. Probably one of the most obvious differences is less horizontal space, closer kill boxes, and there's a soft platform.
Also, there's much more fire.
Oh, you know, I didn't notice.
Having a lot more water.
Oh. You know, now that you pointed it out, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, I have an eye for detail.
Yeah. Are you an art connoisseur? Down air.
I don't know if people would call it art, but I consider it art. I'll let you use your imagination on that one.
That office clip really popping into my head right now. But do see stock count evened up between the two teams, noeL and Ethan. They're not having the easy and insane start they had in game number 2, but neither are Boomie and Sandstorm replicating what they had in game number 1. Nice spot dodge from noeL to avoid that side signature on the right side. Ethan running out of jumps, but Boomie forced to back away from the rotation of noeL.
E-Sig coming out. Ooh, trying to chase into the air with the neutral air. Ethan staying far enough away from it. Weapon spawn coming in, but Boomie was covering it. Gets the neutral light. That's going to knock out. noeL forced into 1v2. Trying to get away as much as he can. Trying to not to take any damage.
Oh no, Ethan. Side sig connects. And blue team now down to their final stocks. Both red team members are fairly low. Yep, that stomp sider will take out one of them. Nice down air from noeL.
Good cleanup from the blue team, keeping it relatively even. Ethan just has to be careful the amount of damage he takes. He does snake away that weapon.
He's a little bit more damaged than everybody else.
Man, this stage is small in twos.
Ooh, that down air is trouble. noeL's in position. Gonna cover for Ethan to get back to the wall.
Red team just a little bit ahead. noeL finding just a little bit of a bowstring. Oh man, Ethan's knocked out.
And you saw noeL not willing to overcommit on that right side. Oh, the ground pound put him too low to get the wall touch, and that means red team is going to take game number 3. They're one game away from earning their spot in the winners finals.
Leaving Apocalypse on the board. Ethan actually switching over to the Hattori pick from the Bodvar. It definitely didn't work for him last game, putting out only 200. Said time after time that he's a Hattori one trick.
Well, clearly that statement has changed a little bit because now he's at least a Hattori and Bodvar 2 trick. But at the same time, it's interesting that he's switching over to this Hattori because it's going to throw away a lot of the things that they had going for them, right? The big hitting hammer, stomp side air for KOs, and they had a true combo, 2v2 combo that they had practiced in lab that will no longer be viable for them.
Coming out back-to-back recoveries, hitting both members of the red team one after the other. There's the sidelight, the top side of it, actually hitting Sandstorm.
Goes for the neutral signature. noeL with the team damage.
Swords on the blue team looking good.
Looking
no
really
punish.
solid.
I'm surprised Ethan didn't punish that neutral air that Boomie hit on a noeL. They do take that first stock. Nice dare from Ethan.
noeL with the ground pound to finish it.
Follow up, man.
Oh,
the stage spike!
The stage spike! I don't even know if Sandstorm was intending that to spike the way that it did, but really well done from Sandstorm. Able to rotate over to the left side as well. Ethan, though, looks like the swap working for him. He's able to hold on to this stock quite well.
You love to see a stage spike. I'm never not excited to see a stage spike.
The only time people are upset about stage spikes is when they're the one getting stage spiked. And even then, you're kind of like, oh, all right, that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I think anytime I get stage spiked in customs, it's like, yeah, all right, you deserve that one. That was sick. Boomie on his final stock here. Ethan still alive. A minute and 40 seconds into this game. The stomp sider. Ethan still.
Ground pound connects the nair to set up for the ground pound from noeL. Ethan again holding on to this first stock of this low defense Hattori. Likely in that defense stance again, going only up to 5.
This could straight up be a grand final set. The way both of these teams are playing right now, this could be a grand final set.
It very well might be. Who knows? But one of these teams will have to go down in the loser's bracket right now. Blue team 1 game away. And taking it to game number 5. Trying to deny their position in that loser's bracket. Side sig connects. That'll be the thing to take out Ethan. But noeL with a great position. Ground pound. And it's all left to Sandstorm against the 4 stocks of the blue team. He knows it. He's done for.
Blue team wins.
And what a different game that we saw from last. From kind of any of the other. Oh, man. Dude, Hattori's mouth looking real weird.
That's the
I'm
skin.
not okay.
That's the skin.
I'm
sorry,
not okay with
I
that.
thought you were distracted by the fact that Sandstorm, the current world champion, arguably one of the best players in Brawlhalla, was relegated to 184 damage on Zol.
I was stuck on that mouth, but holy cow, that's insane. What a wake up from the blue team.
And now it's to game number 5, but the current pattern has been Boomie and Sandstorm take a game, noeL, Ethan take the next one, back and forth, but it's game number 5, and currently the pendulum would dictate that it swings in the favor of Sandstorm and Boomie.
3, 2, 1, brawl. Who would have thought, man? noeL and Ethan versus Sandstorm and Boomie this early in the tournament going to game 5.
Yeah, I don't think noeL and Ethan were expected to do as well as they do. They're definitely a strong North American team, but again, it's Boomie and Sandstorm, the world champion 2v2 team.
noeL showing why he
Oh
was
my
picked
gosh.
up. My team rival. What a 2v2 combo. These boys, man.
Sandstorm was just caught in all of that. Even a little bit of team damage happened with Boomie throwing out the hammer neutralite, but just so much damage being put out.
D-Light Dare into the gravity cancel neutral light from Ethan. He's been incredible with his sword 3-hit strings.
Oh no. Oh no. That's going to be the stock off of Boomie. Both blue team members so incredibly healthy, but like you were saying, Ethan, I think he's like the most consistent at hitting that downlight dare combo into another thing, like getting all 3 of that.
I love that we get to see this here, the way that noeL and Ethan are playing, but man, I wish we could have seen this on LAN.
Definitely would have been in a whole different environment to see. Over on the left side, the clash out.
Oh,
noeL
no.
doesn't get the save, and that means the stock count is going to be evened up after Sandstorm connects with the neutral light.
But still, the story remains the same, and it's kind of been the story all day for this red team, as Boomie is the one taking a lot of damage.
Oh, the
Second
side single
swipe.
KO.
And in a meta dominated by heavy weapons, by hammers, by axes, it's these two kind of average to lower defense characters with none of the above.
Nope. The sword, the bow, and the spear are the weapons that they're using to great effect against this team of Boomie and Sandstorm. You do see Boomie playing further back now, really recognizing the position that he's in. If he gets taken out, he'll be leaving Sandstorm in a very tough position. Nice follow-up from Boomie. He's likely going to be playing that follow-up game a little bit more now.
And Boomie is in the orange. You see noeL very red. So by getting a knockout on a noeL, that would actually put the red team more or less ahead.
Ooh, but the side signature from Ethan, still not enough to take out Sandstorm. You see the blue team, they made the call out. Boomie's going to be the one to get taken down by the recoveries from Ethan, and it's all left to Sandstorm, 1 stock to the 3 of the blue team.
Yeah, that just turned around all of a sudden. Boomie
It
was
really looked
midway.
like-
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it really looked like red team was making the adjust, and Boomie was going to be able to slow down the pace of stock loss.
Yeah, Boomie was like midway through that stock, and then those double recoveries came out from Ethan that high in the air, and Boomie was done. And noeL, in that time, did not lose his second stock.
No, he's been fairly damaged on it for a while now, but that high dexterity making a lot of his moves safe, able to kind of poke back and forth the downlight and nair from Sandstorm, and then he sees his opportunity to go in for Ethan. He needs to take advantage of this short power play, and noeL has respawned.
Ooh, interesting downlight interaction.
Almost got faked out by that ground pound.
noeL's ground pounds have been really good on both sword and bow. Again, gravity cancel, D-Light Nair.
Oh, he got caught. Able to avoid the downlight. But he's starting to bleed out here. Woo!
Oh!
Ooh, just barely avoids it.
noeL's going to have to be careful. When he throws out those down signatures on the edge, Sandstorm can side air into the wall and still hit noeL.
Dude, I am surprised Sandstorm has been living on these sidewalls. They're like a character's height.
Yeah.
And he's finding just enough sidewall to move around as he needs to. Barely avoids it, stays below it. He doesn't have a weapon though. And noeL knows it, the down air. And noeL and Ethan earn their spot in the winners finals over Boomie and Sandstorm.
Big wow.
Yeah.
Extreme wow coming out right now. That's definitely an upset. We've seen a couple today. Wingshell and Pier 3-0 and Kui and Isidru. Just for a quick bracket update on the lower side, Phazon and Remy took out Fozy and Daiku 3-0. So our top 8, definitely on the winner's side, we said was finished up earlier. Hugsy and Daze going up 3-2 over iThrow and Lilcapped. Of course, just mentioned Phazon and Remy. Tiffany and Cake going up 3-1 against Double Dime and Atrophius. And I don't know if the score just happens to be wrong on my bracket, but it says